Bhutan. The name itself sounds like a myth, a whisper on the wind. Tucked away in the Himalayas, this kingdom chose a different path, one that values joy over gold. For years we've heard the stories, the last Shangri-La, the happiest place on earth. A nation that measures success, not in dollars, but in smiles. This promise of happiness draws travelers and dreamers from all over the world, searching for a secret they can take home. But is any place truly a perfect paradise? I've traveled far, searching for the ingredients of a happy life, and Bhutan called to me as the ultimate destination. The country's reputation precedes it: smiling monks, ancient fortresses, pristine valleys. The government even has a policy for it: gross national happiness. It's a revolutionary idea that makes you question what we're all chasing. But the most beautiful places often hold the most complex truths. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a journey full of bumps and detours. Bhutan's story is not just about endless smiles, it's about struggle, sacrifice, and resilience. The real beauty here is not perfection, but the honest attempt to be better. So let's journey beyond the postcards and listen to the quieter stories, the ones whispered in temples or over buttered tea. Is Bhutan the happiest country on earth, or is it something more real? Let's find out. Imagine flying into Paro, Bhutan, where the airport nestles in a valley surrounded by towering mountains. The world slows down the moment you step onto the tarmac. You're in the land of the Thunder Dragon. This kingdom feels like a living storybook, painted by nature's hand. Winding roads carved through valleys, terraced rice paddies glow green, and prayer flags flutter everywhere. Each flag is a prayer, a silent reminder of the deep spirituality here. The Tiger's Nest Monastery, perched on a cliff, is a pilgrimage for many, a spiritual arrival after a challenging hike. Legend says Guru Rinpoche flew here on a tigress, and standing among incense and chanting monks, the legend feels alive. But Bhutan's beauty isn't just in grand monuments, it's in the intricate carvings on every building telling stories of myth and faith. It's in the sight of people wearing traditional dress, not for show, but as daily life. This commitment to identity is a quiet declaration in a world growing more uniform. Here, tradition and nature are woven into the fabric of everyday life. Even the smallest details, painted windows, carved doors, speak of a culture determined to remember who it is. Bhutan's magic is in these details, not just its dramatic landscapes. It's a place that quietly insists on being itself. What if a government's main job was to make its people happier, not just richer? That's Bhutan's radical idea. In the 1970s, King Jigme Singye Wangchuck declared gross national happiness more important than GDP. This isn't just a slogan, it's a framework built on 4 pillars: good governance, sustainable development, cultural preservation, and environmental conservation. Bhutan measures happiness through national surveys, asking about health, education, trust, and well-being. The Constitution mandates at least 60% forest cover, an environmental promise for future generations. Education and healthcare are free for all. Tourism is limited and expensive, prioritizing preservation over profit. Bhutan's bold choice: protect culture and nature even if it means less money. Here, happiness is a national goal, woven into every policy. It's a government trying to understand and nurture the human soul. The image of a perfectly happy kingdom is beautiful, but fragile. Behind the serene landscapes, Bhutan faces real challenges: poverty, especially in rural areas, and the pressures of modernization. Many families still rely on subsistence farming, and the arrival of TV and internet in 1999 brought both opportunity and cultural tension. Young people are caught between tradition and the lure of the modern world. Mental health is a growing concern, with stigma making it hard to seek help. Suicide rates, especially among youth, are rising, a heartbreaking paradox in the land of gross national happiness. The government is working on solutions, but these are complex issues. Bhutan's story isn't a fairy tale, it's a nation grappling with the same problems as anywhere else. The difference? They're trying to solve them within their unique framework of GNH. The dream of happiness is noble, but the path is full of obstacles. To understand Bhutan, you have to listen to its people. In a Punakha Valley village, Farmer Kinley showed me his rice fields, his wealth, his happiness, rooted in the land. My family has enough, my children go to school, the mountains protect us. What more could a man ask for? In Thimphu, I met Pema, a young graduate struggling to find a job. She loves her country, but social media shows her a world of possibilities and frustrations. Sometimes it feels like our traditions are holding us back, she said, echoing the restlessness of youth everywhere. At a temple, an elderly woman placed my hand on her prayer wheel, her eyes filled with a peaceful sadness. Her son had left to work abroad. Her prayers were for his safety. These moments reveal the universal joys and sorrows of life. I met a German traveler on her third visit. I came looking for Shangri-La, but found problems here too. That's what makes Bhutan special. They're not pretending to be perfect. They're trying. Bhutan is having a national conversation about what it means to live a good life. Unlike many places, they're asking the big questions out loud. The value of Bhutan isn't in perfection, but in the questions it forces you to ask. Here, happiness is simple for some, elusive for others, and always a work in progress. The stories of Bhutan are stories of ambition, longing, and hope. They remind us that happiness is deeply personal and always evolving. In Bhutan, the search for joy is honest, imperfect, and real. That's what makes it so compelling, and that's why it stays with you. Bhutan sells a dream of happiness, and in many ways, it delivers. Gross national happiness, pristine landscapes, vibrant culture. As a visitor, it feels like a sanctuary. But for Bhutanese, GNH is not a tourist attraction, it's the framework of daily life, with all its pressures. When happiness is a national goal, what happens when you feel sad? There's pressure to perform happiness, even when struggling. The dream of tradition clashes with the reality of globalization. Young people see a world of endless choice online, making their own lives feel small or restricted. Bhutan is trying to balance uniqueness with the relentless pull of modernity. This is the happiness paradox. The country's greatest strength is also its greatest challenge. The dream is simple, the reality is messy and human. Bhutan's lesson isn't about perfect happiness, but about bravely confronting the gap between dream and reality. They admit the mismatch, and keep trying anyway. That's what makes their story so powerful. Bhutan walks a tightrope between ancient tradition and modern life. Buddhist faith, unique architecture, and national dress are the roots that hold the country firm. The government actively promotes traditional arts and customs, but the pull of smartphones, fast internet, and global culture is strong, especially for the youth. The challenge: embrace modernity without losing the soul of the nation. Change here has been rapid. One generation went from no electricity to YouTube on their phones. You'll see monks in robes, checking messages, farmhouses with satellite dishes, and villages banning TV to encourage conversation. These aren't signs of crisis, but of a culture negotiating its future. Bhutan isn't passively letting change happen. It's choosing its path with care. The goal: take the best of the new, while holding on to the best of the old. Bhutan's true treasure isn't its happiness policy or monasteries, it's the resilience of its people. The Bhutanese face hardship with quiet strength, rooted in Buddhist faith and a sense of community. Suffering and joy are both part of life, setbacks don't overwhelm them. I saw this in a farmer whose crops were ruined by hail. The mountain gives, and the mountain takes. Next year will be better, he said. This acceptance is a powerful form of hope. Bhutan's optimism is grounded in belief in their king, culture, and each other. They're proud of their unique path and hopeful for the future. Their hope is contagious, a message for a world that often feels cynical. Bhutan teaches us that happiness is a continuous effort, not a destination. True wealth lies in community, culture, and connection to nature. The spirit of the thunder dragon is a beacon of hope. I came to Bhutan asking if it's the happiest country on earth. I leave with a more beautiful answer. Bhutan isn't a perfect paradise, it's a real country, with real people and real problems. That's what makes it important. It's not a fairy tale, but a lesson in the beauty of imperfection. Bhutan dares to ask, what is progress? What makes a life worth living? Sometimes it falls short, but that makes it human. The true geography of bliss isn't on a map. It's in the space between dreams and reality. Bhutan lives in that space, courageously building a more compassionate world. Happiness here is a journey, not a destination. If you're looking for a place that will challenge your assumptions and open your heart, Bhutan is for you. Don't search for a perfect Shangri-La. Come with an open mind. The lessons you learn here will stay with you long after you leave. Thank you for traveling with me.